an answer to popular culture.
Definitely been in the works for some time.
At the core of it, I really had a hard time finding where it was coming from.
We don't play conventional rock and roll.
Something fresh in the ears.
Astrosphere is a three-piece band featuring me on guitar and vocals, Daniel on drums, and Jason on bass.
He always comes to me with anything he wants to do. I'm basically the only person who plays drums that he trusts.
Daniel moved away for a very long time. I wrote a lot of Astrosphere material in that period where I was by myself and feeling very alone. And Daniel came back and we sort of got together and said, like, let's not make or join a band, let's make one. And what you get is Astrosphere, and it's just basically us two.
One time through the guitar. 3, 4. Beautiful. He played me a recording. There was one direction of energy, and that was that he was a soundsmith, purely and simply a soundsmith. The sounds he gets out of his guitar was just insane, and I immediately gravitated towards it.
I try and make it as unique as possible whenever I do. The idea of a song is something that I really dwell on, not just the fact that it's guitar, bass, drums, vocals. The guitar in certain songs expresses anger, while my vocals express sadness. So it's almost like a mixed feeling. My guitar sound is a mix of effects pedals, processors, run through 2 amp systems, and but the idea of sort of the 2 amp system that I have just come from watching like band after band after band get up with their one amp, just plug in and play. Sort of plug in and play was 20 years ago, and for all those musicians out there, I think it's about time to go up and get with the new age.
Hello and welcome to La Ashes. I love this record, recorded on Mars and all thereabouts.
I sort of got the chance to get away from the live scene and really focus on writing myself and sort of layering everything and really sort of putting myself into what music that I wanted. And what came out was Ashes, and the songs are a collective of say like 3 years that I've been writing. Some new ideas, some old ideas, and it sort of just came about that it was different and it was exactly what I liked and wanted. The message that sort of I try to convey as much as possible was it's good to be yourself, be yourself, and that's what I wrote about. I wrote about my demons, my personal journeys, and into that I poured anger, my hate, my love, everything I could think of. I just poured into it, and sort of I want people to feel what I was feeling when I was writing those songs. The album is meant to be a journey. You play a live show, you play for the people, but an album is a journey that you should sit at home and listen to from start to finish. Welcome was a riff. It started off with just a basic riff that I had for like many years and years back. Sort of, once Astrosphere got together, I could sort of put everything I had into it, and it's just sort of almost saying like, here we are, come fucking listen to us.
What you do to me? I don't wanna be left alone in the dark.
But when I write a song, it's not just I write a guitar line or I write a vocal line, I write a whole song in general. I take in consideration from like the first second to the last second, to the highs, the lows, every note, everything I do is purposely done. Shattered come from a personal journey of mine, and the idea of the lyrics, they just sort of rolled on from the riff and everything. It just sort of all came together all at once. It's like a switch in my brain just said, okay, here's the song, and sort of the essential song was written in about 5 minutes, which is sort of weird because usually I dwell on songs for months. But yeah, this song was just sort of just flowed, and I think it shows throughout the whole song. It just sort of carries on and really sends my message across. And yeah, I hope people can connect with the song. Said and Done is a political rant of mine. A lot of the guitar riffs and stuff are simply there to annoy you and get you aggravated. It was sort of written around the time that Australia was electing a new Prime Minister, and I was just a little bit angry and annoyed at the fact that all these people were promising stuff and they couldn't deliver, and you knew they couldn't deliver, but yet people were still cheering them on. The idea for the riff come from, it's just, I sort of said, okay, what's the fastest song I could play to get you pissed off? So you felt as aggravated as I was when the song was being played. Another little thing that I put in there to piss people off is the actual line in the chorus is a semitone apart, and it's sort of, when you listen to it back, you sort of go, he's not in tune, but it was purposely done to make you agitated at the song.
Some say I'm dirty and some say I'm clean. It doesn't matter anyway.
The Death of Betty Sue, the idea of the song come from like a newspaper article about how a priest was getting away with raping a little girl. So that's what the song was about in a sense. And I sort of just try to display like the awkwardness and the sort of timid nature of a little girl with the high, angry priest raping this little girl, and sort of there's a priest line in it that says, I swear to God I'm innocent. And I was going to do that myself, but I got someone else in to do the voiceover, which is the only other person on the album that done anything besides myself and Daniel. And it was sort of like another form of trying to get out the priest. Is, these priests think they're all high and mighty and they think they can do anything and get away with it because they're God's servants, but they're just like me or you, pieces of shit. When we were writing the EP, Daniel suggested that we can write a pop song just to grab people in. So I thought, okay, and me being sort of want to be doing something different, I sort of said, okay, well, I'm going to write an anti-pop song as such. So I wrote the lyrics first. The lyrics came first, and a lot of it is just sort of, pop as, and I wrote it about a girl. But the idea for the riff came from Mozart, actually, because the chords in the actual song were actually a minor fifth, which you can't play sort of in concert piano because it's illegal pretty much. And if you had played those two notes in 1800, you would have got killed for it. So it's sort of like a big anti-pop song. People think, oh, this is really catchy and stuff, but if you're looking deeper to it, it's very un-pop cultured. We wanted to finish with a bigger song, so Hole in My Head's sort of one of the heaviest songs we've done in terms of guitar work, drum work, and musical and vocal work. It's sort of a sour tone about drugs and what they can do to you and how you make you feel after the effects have gone and you're just by yourself. All the songs together, they come from the heart, and we put all that quirkiness in it, and what we liked what came out. We're hoping to climb and as far as we can go, but our main objective is to play for the people. We're not in it to make money. We're not in it to become famous rock stars. We God hope we don't, but we'd rather our music be famous. We want the actual Astrosphere music to be known and to be liked, and to have people go to our concerts and think that was something different, refreshing, and get them to come out with a different point of view and a different perspective on music in general.